When you think about going to law school initially, it's a big step in a journey that ultimately can be very successful, but you have to be committed to ensuring its success. So for me, I always envisioned something internationally. I had a sense that I was really wanting to focus on the whole legal experience of doing business in Latin America. So I thought the law degree would be the ideal sort of vehicle for me. One of the preeminent international law programs is American University Washington College of Law. American was the obvious choice. International was the primary reason. Being in DC was also quite attractive, and that would be sort of the cornerstone of developing an international practice. I embarked on the traditional classes that you take in your first year of law school, and then began to gravitate more to everything I could do that would prepare me for international business, international regulation, international compliance considerations in my second and third year. And that was the primary focus, why this law school, and why it still resonates today for people who have an interest in international. We're in the top 10 of international programs among law schools in the country. That's fantastic. When you consider the competition, it's pretty amazing. So that's kind of the reason that American University Washington College of Law was the real only choice for me, and it was an easy choice. You know, we didn't really have any programs like that. So if you wanted to do study abroad programs, you had to find them through other law schools that had them. And I was fortunate enough because another university based in Texas had a program with a law school in Mexico. One summer between my second and third year of law school, I opted to go to this program in Mexico, and it was invaluable to me. Going to a law school in Mexico really polished my legal Spanish. Doing that today, when the law school offers these programs, WCL has these programs, and that really is a fantastic thing. So people that are thinking about the law school for their careers generally need to take advantage of those study programs. One thing that I took away from my experience here is the friendship and the kinship that you make with your fellow law students. But there's just a lot of friendship that facilitates learning in an important way. And then the course offerings. I took advantage of as many, as I said earlier, in the international space as I could, but also corporate and business law courses, and some tax and federal securities law, things like that, that I always felt would give me sort of a framework on how to do business in a foreign country if that became an opportunity that was presented. We began to recognize that the pedigree of our law school, of WCL, maybe did not resonate like Harvard or UVA or Columbia or Stanford, but yet there was something very special about those of us who graduated from WCL, and that was that we had a sense of being entrepreneurs a little bit. We also had a sense of what it means to be an attorney and what it's like to practice law. So in that space, not everybody who goes to a law school, such as the ones that I just named, necessarily is imbued with that sense of essentially getting the job done. And we came out of this law school very clearly focused on immediately being of help wherever we wound up, whether it was in private practice, in a governmental setting, a public interest group, pro bono settings. We kind of sort of knew how to practice law, and it's probably even more the case today, many years later. Those of you in law school now and contemplate law school are fortunate that the international law program is under the direction of a wonderful law professor, Pat, who has given this school, I think, a lot of name recognition, particularly among our LLM students, but especially international trade. She's a specialist in the trade space. First thing is, look at the opportunities presented when you're clerking. You may not get that summer clerkship that you desire, but look at the ways that you're being given opportunities and then seize upon one of those if the chance is available. The second thing that I think you have to do is you need to focus on the skill set that you're most comfortable with. And that skill set, in my particular case, to some extent it's research, it's writing, it's speaking to some degree, it's interacting with people. And so if you have a sense of what your skills are, you need to find a discipline that helps to facilitate those skills, that gives you sort of the ability to take advantage of that skill set to become successful. And then the third thing, to embrace a particular industry. The world is categorized as industries. Healthcare is an industry. Financial services is an industry. Hospitality is an industry. Engineering and other professional skill sets are industries. So you need to begin to think about, how does my practice skill set, how does that skill set blend with particular industries? And then begin to become specialized in those industries. And when you have that combination, you have a unique leg up on the competition. I would say, as you work your way through law school, focus on the courses that are sometimes more challenging than you would like. Don't be afraid of them. You'll never quite fully appreciate why some of these classes actually have meaning, but maybe 15 years from now, you'll begin to say, you know, I remember reading about that tax court case, about that enforcement action, about what criminal procedure suggests in the context of evidence. And some of this stuff will come back to haunt you. So don't be afraid, because you don't immediately get to apply the things that you learned in law school. But the skills that you embrace, and do as much experiential stuff as you can. If you can do a moot court thing, if you can do pro bono when you're here, which is quite critical. And if you get challenged by professors, then rise to the occasion. It'll help your grades, but it'll also improve you as somebody who's ready to practice. I appreciate the opportunity to speak about our law school. I'm very proud of it. I serve and have for the last, 15, 18 years on the Dean's Advisory Council. So I try to provide advice from the trenches on what we need to be as a law school going forward and embracing change. And I'm very proud of our school. Thanks.